Hello and welcome to the highlight show as Eastbourne Borough take on St Albans City in the last game of the season. Commentary is by Kevin Anderson.
Well, it's an afternoon as sunny and bright as it was back in August, that very first game of the season when the Borough took the new 3G in its sparkling sunshine and won the game against Hemel Hempstead that day 3-0. Now they've got a chance to round off the season with a nice bit of symmetry. If they can get a win, it would give them the season's record of played 42, won 16, drawn 10, lost 16. A lot of events along the way during the season, lots of goals scored. Let's hope for an exciting afternoon again to finish it off. 6 minutes gone, nothing on the scoreboard. Jordan Holmes with this big kick from the back. Headed forward by Hughes to Taylor. Taylor to Pinney, and Pinney had a good opening there, but he just scuffed his shot across the goal and it's gone out for the goal kick. Worrell with the in-swinger. Right across, and it's headed only just over. Mark Hughes meeting it with a lot of power, but not quite the direction. It's the closest Borough have come, and it stays at 0-0. Here comes the cross now. No, it's still looking for that opening. Little ball in towards the penalty spot. Needs a good turn. And it's an important just touch away there by Mark Hughes. That was a dangerous layoff. It's a big kick. And the header falls to... No. Pinney takes that one very well from McCallum. Twists and turns, needs to knock it off somewhere. Plays the 1-2. Can he go past? And he does virtually, but the ball effectively bouncing off Pinney's shin or boot, and it's gone through to the keeper. Ryan Worrell plays it through into Pinney. Pinney's onside. He's gone too wide for the shot, though. Well marshalled, in fairness, by Sambu in the St Albans defence. So a second successive corner for the Borough. Can they break the deadlock? Ryan Worrell will lift it in. Up goes the keeper, doesn't hold it, and he's helped out by his defence there. A great big boot away into the relative safety of midfield. Terrific run by Sambu here from his own half to 25 yards from goal. Plays it into the D, has his own shot and just pulls it wide. Merson tries one round the corner. It's intercepted by Kinder John, and Hughes instead has it for the Borough. Finds McCallum, who's almost the furthest player forward there. Has to find Hughes again, and a lovely overlap here from Craig Stone. Picks up that ball from Hughes. Here's the cross. Taylor picks his spot, only finds the keeper. Not quite enough pace on the cross, to be fair to JT there. Little ball into the edge of the area. Set up for the shot. It's a lovely shot off the post. In fact, saved by Holmes. An excellent stretching save. Taylor plays it forward for McCallum in space down the right-hand side. Looks up, gets the ball across. It's well taken by the keeper. Just a bit too near him, perhaps. There we go then. Half-time in a game that's promised quite a lot, but nothing quite has come off yet. It would be quite surprising, I think, if this game finished goalless, but goalless it is at half-time. Well, St Albans on the front foot this half. Here they have it on the right-hand side. Little ball in and they win the corner. David Noble then with this out-swinging corner. Second minute of the second half. Plays it low. Clipped in. Pushed away by Holmes. Excellent chance. And then it's pushed wide, and I think it's gone for another corner. And it's longer this time from that right-hand side. And it's hooked away by Craig Stone. And it's to Pinney, and he's through, and he's past the last defender. Picks his spot, goes round the keeper. Surely he will score, and he's put the ball in. He took his time in the end. This way and that. Kept his cool, found the spot, and it's Eastbourne Borough 1, St Albans City 0. A ball in. Was he offside? No, Monlouis is onside. Goes for the shot. It's blocked. And Hare is thumped to the ground there. The referee says it's legal. lined up for the shot again. It's a decent one, and it's just dipping, but not dipping enough. Scott Thomas advances into the edge of the D. It's laid off. Strong work from Harry Ransom prevents Sambu from getting near that one, and the Reds come away again. And this time, Pinney was... Oh no, he's been given offside. That was a close one. Another corner then for the City. Big and looping. Red head underneath it first, then Warren away, and the shot way over and into the car park. Pinney is through again. He's past the last defender. Oh, and he's cracked a super goal. Well, you can't take your eyes off this man, Nathaniel Pinney. In on that feed, flat-footed defenders. He doesn't need asking a second time. He scored for a second time. It's Eastbourne Borough 2, St Albans 0. Oh, that was worth a try. Just a follow-up there. Pressure is still on, though, from St Albans. They have the ball so often in these 35-yard areas. Can they convert it? Hurd has moved his position forward now from left back. He's trying to create things in midfield. Oh, and here's a definite chance right through the keeper, and St Albans are back in the game. Sam Merson, the man. Borough kicking themselves for not getting that ball away. Opportunist strike from Merson, no blame on Holmes. He was left absolutely exposed, and it's Eastbourne Borough 2, St Albans City 1. Well, and Borough was scrambling once again there. So, what a chance now for St Albans. Lucian is on it, strikes it. Yes, and he scores it. Over the wall, Holmes couldn't get there. And from looking a tired and dying team, St Albans City have retrieved this game. It's now Eastbourne Borough 2, St Albans 2. Oh, and he's nicked it. Pinney is away here. 2 against 1 if he can find Connolly. He's gone on his own. He hits the shot and it's blocked. Wow, that was a moment when he might just have claimed his hat-trick. Oh, he's in behind Hobson. He's got a chance of the winner. Plays it across and he's just missed the back post. Well, what a dramatic finish we nearly had. Monlouis just getting past the defender. Didn't have much to shoot at, to be fair, and he's missed the angle. Now then, here's this final corner of the season, surely, from Josh Hare. It's massively high. It's a yellow head. Ooh. It's intercepted. Christian Oxlade-Chamberlain wants his right foot, really gets his right foot. It's the goal! Oh my goodness me, what a season's finale we have here. The young man from Portsmouth, the 18-year-old, he's one day going to emulate that famous brother, but there indeed is a famous goal. Christian Oxlade-Chamberlain makes it Eastbourne Borough 3, St Albans City 2. All Borough must do is keep the ball. We are well over the 4 minutes of stoppage time. Referee probably allowing 1 extra for the goal celebrations, and that is the celebration. At the end of a long, eventful season, Eastbourne Borough have gone and finished it in the most dramatic style. They've had their ups and downs, probably more ups than downs. They've certainly given spectators value for money, and we had our money's worth this afternoon. In a dramatic game, it's finished Eastbourne Borough 3, St Albans City 2.
So it turned out to be one of the most exciting endings to a game. So, did Hugo Langton really plan it that way? Kevin Anson asked him.
Hugo, did you actually script that?
No. I'd scripted us not conceding any goals. I'd scripted like a really dour 1-0 game would have done me today. But look, football's a great game. It's an emotional game, and you go 2-0 up, 2 great goals from Nat Pinney. But we let them back into it. To be fair to St Albans, they're a good side. Let's not forget that. They've got some great footballers, and they've got a very experienced manager, and we're just really pleased to get the win. I'm delighted for Christian, and he kept his nerve, and what a way to win the game of football. And that's why we love football. I thought we were very good first half. We were better side, and we could have gone in 2 or 3 up. and at 2-0, people say it's a dangerous
funny
scoreline.
score,
Yeah,
yeah.
and to be fair, it is a dangerous scoreline, as St Albans showed this afternoon. But I'm absolutely delighted to finish the season with a win and 3 points.
Because it seemed there was an affinity between you and the players, especially at the end there.
Yeah, I said to them, I went into the changing room and I thanked them. They've given me everything that they've got for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I've given them everything I've got, and I can't thank them enough. And I told them I'm just very proud to be associated with them.
The season as a whole, ups and downs and bumps and things, but it's certainly been an entertaining season, Hugo, from where I sit.
Yeah, it's as I said, football's it can be a roller coaster, can't it? But there's been some great moments this season. Probably the most notable one was obviously winning at Aldershot in dramatic fashion like we did. Obviously I enjoyed all of our victories. I didn't enjoy any of our defeats, and some of the draws were entertaining. When we played Paul Town here, Ebbsfleet, 0-0s, but they were great games of football and real sort of games of chess. And the foundation that's here at the moment, and obviously Tommy deserves a hell of a lot of credit for it. And let's not forget that for 5 years what he's built here, and I've had the privilege to try and carry on for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Whatever happens in the future happens, and there's a fantastic foundation ready at this football club for whoever the next manager is, whether it's me or somebody else.
And it's about individual players as well, and as a coach you've seen a lot of players here come through in the last, you've been here 18 months, but during the season, every match they get stronger, and that's really something to be pleased with.
And let's remember something today, all right? I gave a 17-year-old his full debut today, Harry Ransom, and how good was he? He didn't look out of place. I thought he was excellent. I'm really proud of him, and he's earned his right to have that start today. I didn't tell him until I got here and he got here. I didn't make a big deal of it. I just pulled him to one side and went, "Oi, Harry, you're starting today," and I walked off, because never any worry in my head that I knew when Harry went out on that pitch today he would fit in perfectly, and I thought he was excellent. You've got to give Mark Hughes credit as well with his experience to look after him in out there. But Harry's, I'm really, really pleased for him. I'm really proud of him, and he deserves the accolade for today. He was probably my man of the match today.
It's 12th place. It's exactly, I think it's won 16, drawn 10, lost 16.
Yeah.
Is that, in the end, that's about a fair reflection, is it, of where
I think so.
Borough are?
Yeah, I think so. I've got my own opinions of how how we can improve, and if I'm here, then that's what we'll look to do. We haven't got any problem scoring goals, but we let in too many silly goals as well. When a team works well to score a goal, opens you up with some good crisp play and passing and movement and stuff, then sometimes you go, do you know what? That's a great goal. Yeah. But too many times it's just been small errors, and at this level of football you get punished. I thought the 2 goals today that St Albans scored, I thought the first one was poor from our point of view. The second one, the guys hit a great free kick, and they're difficult to stop, to be fair to goalkeepers. And today, there's your 2 examples of the types of goals. So the first one was very disappointing, but the second one, you can argue that we perhaps shouldn't have given the free kick away. You stay in the feet, but experienced players look for those sort of free kicks as well. And it was a great strike from the number 9 to put it in the top bins.
Well, certainly from my point of view, Hugo, and I know from Graham's behind the camera there, we've really enjoyed ourselves this season, and never mind me interviewing you, I'm going to say that I think this has been a really exciting season.
Good.
Lots of good things.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for that.
No,
and I'm shaking
you.
your hand.
Thank you. One final thing, if I may, to all the supporters that have not just come today but have followed us everywhere all season. They've been magnificent,
Yes,
and certainly since
sure.
I'm standing here as the manager after Tom left. The amount of kind words and encouragement I've had from everybody, whatever happens, I'll never forget it, and I'm so pleased that we can sign off with the win for more than anybody, for the guys that come and watch us. It's massively appreciated.
Super. Thanks, Hugo.
No, thank you. Cheers.
As it's the last game of the season, I thought I'd turn the tables on Kevin Anderson, and I asked him a couple of questions to get his views on how he saw the season and what the future might hold. Kevin, it's been an exciting season in many respects, and there's been ups and downs, and probably changed in a way we didn't expect towards the end. But I just wonder, with your background, what your view of the season is and what's your summary of it?
Yeah, I mean, this is always going to be a personal view, and it might not be the same view that all supporters take. But, I said to somebody at the end of this game, we've just seen a 3-2 thriller, and I've been sitting there thinking, okay, the ultimate aim must be, to win leagues, to win championships, titles, to get promotion. But, if I can sit there and watch games like this every week, I'm really quite a happy man. And I reckon there's quite a feeling of sympathy for that view around the club. Not complacency by any means, but certainly I think that this season has gone up a notch or 2 or 3 notches in terms of entertainment. Lots of goals scored, of course, way over the 100 competitive goals, and a league placing which just made the halfway mark. Okay, but this is a tough league, and it's an open league where this old phrase about anyone can beat anyone, well, that certainly happened. But in my little programme column today, I picked out a dozen games that marked the season, and I'll tell you quickly what they are. They're on the club website if you want to read the full reports. But these, I wasn't looking just for the good side, so I picked out Borough 3, Hemel Hempstead 0. First game of the season, cracking start. It was a lovely sunny day, a bit like today in a sense, and everyone had fun. New 3G pitch, new feel. Then Ebbsfleet came down a couple of matches later, and we got a 0-0. We held our own and could have won it, and it was even a 0-0 can be entertaining. Then Maidenhead followed in, I think, their next home game, and nicked it 2-1, and we're a bit lucky to do so. A slightly controversial game, and again you thought, well, Borough aren't far away, to use that cliche. The next one I put down was the win of the season, and that was the 2-1 at Aldershot, which was a masterpiece of planning by Widdrington and his coaches. Perfectly executed, really great stuff. One of the great Borough days, if you like. And then I thought, well, I'd better not hide from the next round of the Cup, which was a 7-0 defeat, and absolutely, it was an implosion. But cliche. It can happen in football. Football is unscripted, it's live drama, and you go to a game like that full of hope and absolute collapse. A crazy game, and we had several of those, but one of the crazier ones was the 2-2 against Leiston, when you could hardly see a thing. There was this great blanket of mushroom soup fog. And I think it finished 2-2, and Leiston won on penalties, but you can never be sure. Perhaps the referee missed a goal somewhere. But it was fun in its silly way. An awful game at Oxford City, one of the poorest games I've seen in years. They lost it 1-0. It was dreadful. Oxford were no better. Scored in about the 85th minute or something. A cracking game on Boxing Day against Whitehawk, which had just about everything except a dog on the pitch. There were both goalkeepers replaced, if you might remember, within half an hour. Just madness, but real entertainment for Christmas. I picked out a 2-2 against Hampton and Richmond, and that was an example of the fact that there were a lot of decent games that Borough didn't win, and probably should have won, but at least, the entertainment levels were high, there were goals scored. Another of the mad games, 7-3 against Welling. That's unforgettable for those that were here. And everyone said, but it was 3-3 at 80 minutes. Actually, there were another 15 minutes after that played, I think. And it shouldn't even have been 3-3. Welling kept getting fluky goals. That's my view, anyway. But it was just fun, and the chains were off, and everyone was playing with a freedom, and that's super. Losing 4-3 at Dartford, Hugo's first game when he took over from Tommy, and actually they let some awful goals in, which has happened all season as well, but they came back. They went 4-1 on about the hour mark, and we were sitting there thinking, oh no, it's another 7 or something. And they fought back, and they should actually have got a point at least. But I thought, well, there's spirit. They're young lads, a lot of them, but there's a fight there, and they responded to the supporters and the supporters to them, and I thought that was the sort of spirit of Borough there. And finally, I picked out, apart from today's match, of course, which would have made the top dozen, the 4-0 against East Thurrock, which was just a beautiful display of the beautiful game. You know, the passing, the movement, the finishing, everything was there.
Yeah.
And I think, finally, because I've rabbited on too long, I'd come to the conclusion that this is a blooming good league.
Yeah.
National South is a high standard. Every respect to the team of 2008, 2009 that, you know, won the promotion. Gary's teams were great, they were terrific. But I think the standard of the whole division, you know, overall has gone up and up. And what we're seeing now is a great product. The 3G has helped, the standard of football, and it's just a good place to be on a Saturday afternoon or a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for August.
You can't beat it when it's weather like this. Kevin, just a short question. Obviously, next season is going to be a new era, if I can put it like that. We won't go into that because there'll be an announcement about managers, so I don't think there's much point in speculating. We keep our fingers crossed that the right person for the job gets picked. But you mentioned about the quality of the league, and next season we're going to have some big name, I think, sides as well, relegated from the top there. And
Yes, and then someone will come up who fancies the chance. I think actually you can't always predict. Everyone would have assumed that Ebbsfleet would finish in the top two, and they did. Not many people would have assumed that Maidenhead would finish above them. They had Dave Tarpey and a lot of experience around him, and did it. And they picked, they put together a team to win that division specifically. So you don't know who's the next Maidenhead United. It may be here.
who knows? And on that note, thank you ever so much, Kevin. Thank you for all of your commentary work and interviewing. It's much appreciated. I know the fans really enjoy it.
Fun.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to you too, Graham.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, I've hoped you've enjoyed our highlight shows and our reports during the season. We plan to do as many again next season and maybe a bit more. But in the meantime, keep a lookout for us during the close season when we'll bring you what news comes out of the lane. Till then, until August, goodbye.